What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Trippy and we're back with another Naruto video. I think this video was gonna be a fun one because, as you can probably tell from the title, we're gonna be talking about who is the weakest member of the Akatsuki. I don't expect everyone to agree with me, but I figured I should just discuss this and let you know ahead of time that it's definitely Hidan. So let's get into the video. So it's come to my attention that some people seem to think that Hidan is stronger than people like Sasori and Deidara purely based on the fact that he came later in the story than they did, which in itself makes no sense. You can maybe make this argument for characters that come about during the war arc or in the Boruto due to the power creep, but not so much in this argument in particular. There's a reason Hidan was introduced as the weakest, slowest, and dumbest member of the Akatsuki before fighting Shikamaru. And the funny thing is, Asuma and Shikamaru actually beat him with no intel on his powers and would have won that fight if not for Kakuzu. The main argument used is that you would need intel on his abilities before fighting him in order to win, such as Shikamaru who beat him, but like I said, Asuma and Shikamaru already technically beat him without intel, and this is how Shikamaru gets the intel needed to set up his trap later on. Hidan can easily be beaten with no intel on his abilities as stated before, especially in character, like he's an idiot. You'd really have to remove like any agency of the other characters to claim that they lose just due to not having intel. Funny enough, people claim that some of the Kage would have trouble with him, and I just want to say that that's not the case before I even talk about why he's the weakest Akatsuki member. The Raikage wouldn't get pierced through his lightning cloak, so Hidan would never get his blood, and Raikage A just speed blitzes and tears him apart, no diff. Inoki can fly, so Hidan isn't even touching him, then Inoki can just like atomize him, so yeah, another no diff. Gaara never gets touched through his sand defense, then just sand coffins him or seals him for yet another no diff. Tsunade has 100 healings, so even if she's caught, she just heals and one punch should do the job against Hidan, so yeah, another no diff. Mei is more debatable, but she's not that important to this point, and she's just blatantly the weakest Kage at the time. So yeah, I mean, maybe Hidan wins, it doesn't really matter that much. Now that that's out of the way, let me explain why every other Akatsuki member is stronger than Hidan. Deidara never has to get close. In fact, it's in character that he wouldn't even try to fight hand to hand. He would just fly above Hidan out of reach and blow him to pieces with his clay, similar to like Inoki. So yeah, Deidara no diffs. Sasori also never has to get close. It's also in character for him to not do so due to him being a puppet user, and his puppets are riddled with blades that would just take his limbs off, leaving him unable to move, so Sasori low diffs. Kakuzu is just superior to Hidan pretty blatantly. He would just tear him apart before his 5 hearts are even damaged. Plus his diamond armor just negs Hidan's main ability anyways, so yeah, low diff. Konan has no blood to take. She's made out of paper as long as she still has chakra available, and just like Deidara and Inoki, she has flight as well as like paper bombs, which are shown to work well against Hidan. And she has paper blades to cut his limbs off similar to Sasori, so yet another no diff. And as you can see, we haven't even gotten into the top tiers, so let's do that real quick. Hisame is invulnerable. He should have no trouble getting Hidan out of his circle if he even happens to draw blood, considering that he can just flood the whole area and Hidan's ability is just negated. After that, he just tears him apart, no diff. Itachi has many things to put Hidan away, like it's not even funny. Genjutsu, Amaterasu, his Susanoo with the Totsuka blade. Itachi is just a different level of shinobi compared to Hidan and most of the Akatsuki. To be honest, his low-level Genjutsu worked on Orochimaru and he just cut his arm off, so at the very least, like this happens to Hidan and Itachi wins, negative diff. Pain doesn't need an explanation, negative diff. Obito never gets touched. No more explanation needed, negative diff. And people saying that Zetsu is weaker is a bit weird to me. Like white Zetsu, fine, I'll give you that one. But black Zetsu, who was taking on Mei, Chojuro, Genma, Raido, and a KCM Naruto clone on in like quick succession, there's no way Hidan stands a chance. And I'm not saying this to discredit Shikamaru for beating him, because Shikamaru is a goat, but you can't just sit there and seriously say that he's not the weakest in the Akatsuki, and that he has a chance at beating the Kage. It's just an insane claim to make, especially considering he states himself that he's the weakest. Hidan can easily be beaten with no intel on his abilities by many characters in the series. If Shikamaru and Asuma could pull it off, I don't see why these busted shinobis with way better speed and hacks abilities would have any trouble whatsoever. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then drop a like. like, it really helps out the channel and shows me that you are enjoying the content. If you have any idea for a future video, make sure to leave a comment. I want to shout out Grant Will again for this topic idea. He's a member of the Discord and that I talk to when coming up with these video ideas. So if you want a say in these videos, make sure to join the Discord and we can talk. I also want to thank you guys because we finally passed 1,000 subscribers and that's amazing. The channel is growing at an insane rate and it's all thanks to you. But yeah, that does it for this video. Thanks for watching. Trippy out. I love y'all. Peace.